Good evening, everyone. This is your biology class. Today we'll be discussing the classification biology. Biology. Yeah. In our previous class, we have discussed about the classification of what of animal and also the classification of plants. But the previous class we talked about the animal classification of animal. So we talked about the invertebrate, and the vertebrate aspect. Vertebrate. So in the invertebrate and the vertebrate, we mention at least the eight groups of what the invertebrate. While the what we mention about the five groups of the vertebrate. And what we discuss about the invertebrate and the vertebrate? We say the difference between the invertebrate and the vertebrate is that the invertebrate are what are animals without backbone, without backbone, backbone. And we say that what vertebrate are animals with backbone. So this is where we stop in our last discussion. So from there we proceed to talk about the eight classes of the invertebrate. We start about the protozoans, the coelenterata, the coelenterata, the platyhelminthes, platy, the platyhelminthes, the mollusca, the nematoda, the annelida, the arthropoda, and the last one is what the echinodermata. So these are basically the eight classes: the protozoan, the coelenterata, the platyhelminthes, the mollusca, the nematoda, annelida, arthropoda, and the echinodermata. So from there we'll be proceeding. What from Let's take it one by one. What are the protozoans? Protozoans. This should be understand that when we are talking about the protozoans are basically the animals that has both animal and plant features. The group of invertebrates that possess the animal and plant features. That is the reason why the proto come from what? It comes from protista. And we have talked about the protista in our previous video. That protista are the what are plants. And now the zoa comes from what? From animal. In short, the zoology aspect. So meaning that the protozoans are the what? Are the animals or the group of organisms that are the features of both animals and plant features. That's the reason why we say the protos come from protista, while the zoans is come from the animals. Now, let us now look as an example of what organisms that belongs to this group. Organisms that belongs to these groups. The organisms that belongs to these groups are basically classified into four. One, the amoebic animals, and amoebic organisms rather. The amoebic organisms. Two, we have the flagellate organisms. Flagellate organisms. The flagellate organisms. Three, we have the ciliate organisms. And the last one is what? The sporozoans. the sporozoans. So each of these animal organisms rather are what? Are classified based on the characteristics they been possessed. Is either they have the characteristics of an animal or they have the characteristics of what? Of a plant. Now let's now proceed from this place. What are the amoebic features? Amoebic features. The protozoans. Protozoans. So the protozoans, just like we said before, that what they have their animal and what plant features. So now let's proceed with what the amoebic. Amoebic. This is a family of what amoeba in generally. Amoeba. 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 What are the characteristics of this amoeba? Normally, we all have known that amoeba is an organism that has it doesn't have a shape. Let's begin from that place. It doesn't have a shape. Your amoeba starts from here. Yeah, the diagram doesn't have a specific. It doesn't have a specific diagram. That is the reason why you usually call it a dumbbell shape. A dumbbell shape. Dumbbell shape. Why? Because it has no specific shape. So, but in this amoeba, it has some very important things. One of the most important things is what? Is the nucleus. Is the nucleus. Nucleus. Is the nucleus. And another feature that is very important in this amoeba is the food vacuum. Food vacuum. Food vacuum. Vacuum. Even though it has another characteristic which is the ectoplasm, the contractile vacuum, it has what? The most important is what? Pseudopodia. Let's take this just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take this 5 and discuss about this 5. What is the function of nucleus? What is the function of ectoplasm? What is the function of contractile vacuum, the food vacuum, and the what? And the pseudopodia. Don't forget we said what? The amoeba doesn't have what? It doesn't have shape. And that's the reason why we call it a dumbbell shape. A shape that has no definite. It's called a dumbbell. So, what is now the characteristics? What is now the function of this nucleus? What is now the function of this nucleus? You could remember that in our previous classes we talked about that kingdom is divided based on the nucleus. We said some plants and animals are called prokaryotes, while some are called eukaryotes. So what's the difference between this and that? The difference is that in prokaryotes, animal without nucleus. But in eukaryotes, animals with what? With nucleus. Now, this animal with nucleus is one of what? Amoeba is animal with one of what? With nucleus. And that is why it is called eukaryotes, because it has nucleus. And this nucleus is the genesis from which other cells are being developed. You don't see contractile vacuum. For an animal or for any organisms, they must have the way in which food are passing in and out. That is why you have cell membrane. Because this cell membrane, it allows the particles to move in and out. That is the reason why they eat from this what? From the food vacuum which store the what? Which store the food. After the particles has been digested, it passes through this cell membrane just to come out the undigested part, or the electric part of it comes out, while the remaining food that is important to this organism remain in the food vacuum. So, but the contractile vacuum will the one that will help to what to remove that excretive part that is no function to the what that has no function to the what to the organisms. That's the reason why what the contractile vacuum is very important because it is what for excretion. Just like I said before that this food vacuum is the place where they store their food. The cell membrane is what that makes the particles to move in and out. Before they can have the food inside their what inside their food vacuum, e has to pass through this cell membrane. And after they have eaten some the particles, the undigested part also takes this part of what cell membrane. While the pseudopodia, for an organism to be able to move the motion from one place to another, it makes use of this pseudopodia. It makes use of this what this pseudopodia. And for this reason, the pseudopodia, which is what the organs for movement for what for amoeba in general. So this is the place we be continue from this place, then we take the what the other aspect of the what of the protozoans. Don't forget that we talked about the what the four categories of the protozoans. We have talked about the amoebic now, which is the amoeba. Now we are going to about the flagellate, the ciliate, and the sporozoans. And this is the amoebic part of the what of the protozoan. In short, please like this video and what turn up your notification for subsequent video. Thank you. This is what this is your biology class. Thank you.